It is very hard for me to believe that the year 2020 is almost over. Of course, because of everything that's happened, there are many reasons to be glad that it's almost in the rearview mirror. But I've realized that despite everything that has taken place in our world over the past 12 months, that God has been faithful. He's been faithful physically, He's been faithful spiritually. In fact, I would even say that God's faithfulness has been great. Over the last few months, we have been looking at our message series entitled The Whole Story. Starting in Genesis, we've seen God's plan of redemption to glorify Himself and to display His grace to the whole world. As we've looked at this series, we've been introduced to many different characters such as Abraham, Moses, David, Esther, and Job. All of these and many others showed by their lives that they believed in God and they knew that He had a plan for their lives and for this world. And yet, in their stories, we have also seen that they were not always sure at what point they were in the timeline of God's plan. And that's certainly the same for us. We believe in God, we know that He has a plan, but we don't always quite know what comes next. The difference, of course, is we have the wonderful advantage of having seen so many of God's promises already having been fulfilled, the greatest of which being the birth of Jesus Christ, the Messiah that we celebrate at Christmas. As we move forward in these next few weeks, we are going to celebrate Christmas together, and we're also going to be looking at the prophets Isaiah and Jeremiah and the things that they wrote in the Old Testament. As we look at those books, we realize that they were at times overwhelmed by everything that was going on around them. And yet they still had hope. Hope that the Messiah was coming, that salvation was real, and that one day God would establish His kingdom. Friends, that's not so different from us. We look around at everything that's happening. We see the hurt, the pain, the injustice that is taking place around us, and we wonder just exactly where we are in God's great plan of redemption. Let me assure you that the Messiah has come once, and we can have hope that He will come again. That's what we celebrate at Christmas, His first coming and also His return to establish His kingdom. So join us over the next few weeks as we celebrate Christmas together and as the whole story continues.